Hey y'all, we're Runaway June. I'm Stevie.
I'm Natalie.
I'm Jennifer. And you're listening to the Backstage Pass with Brandon and Alan on WSM AM 650, the home of the Grand Ole Opry.
And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is a Sunday morning, 5:30 a.m., bright and early here as we drink our coffee and have a good time here too and worship the Lord on a Sunday morning. And kicking off your day too, bringing you the Backstage Pass powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com, and of course out there on iHeartRadio each and every week. If you guys miss an episode, it's out there under the Backstage Pass. And pleased to be joined by the next big thing in country music. At least that's my opinion, but I tell you what, they're out there on fire right now. Let's talk about this one too, because exciting times for you guys putting out a brand new single. I love this one too, and it's across all those digital streaming platforms. New Kind of Emotion. Natalie, let's start right there with the brand new single that people can get across all those digital streaming platforms.
Yeah, we are so excited about this song. This is one of our favorites that we've ever written together. And we're talking about that feeling that you get when you experience any kind of new love. And it doesn't have to just be romantic. Of course, a lot of us were thinking about our romantic partners. And I was thinking about her daughter. And I also was probably thinking about my dogs. I know Stevie was thinking about her cats. It's that fulfillment and joy that you get when you experience a love and a new kind of emotion.
I love it too, and the arrangement of it is so beautifully done. Your harmonies, I mean, to do that, and y'all had a lot of great songs coming out. We'll talk a lot about that previous EP, which was Smoke, Wine, and Whiskey too. I've got my daughter listening to, love it so much. But the harmonies and the arrangement of these songs, Stevie, have to be a lot of fun to come up with, and these melodies, and just put out a great song like this current single, right?
We knew we had something special, and we didn't know if we were crazy, if it was just us, but we listened to it on repeat, and just there was something magical in that creating room that day. I don't know what it was, but we were all very aligned on what we wanted to say and what we wanted it to sound like. So it feels like with the three of us, this is our sound, and we're just so excited that it's out in the world.
Yeah, talk about just the writing of this one, Jennifer, too, because you guys got to work with a lot of great people on this one, too. And, of course, I know you were a writer as well. And, of course, Natalie, you guys co-wrote this. Paul Sykes, I mean, he's done some big cuts with Lainey Wilson's Hang Tight Honey and all that good stuff. And always a pleasure, Jennifer, to work with great songwriters and do collaborations, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, that's what's so special about Nashville is we have the best songwriters in the entire world living in Nashville. And so to be able to collaborate with them is just awesome. And Paul is one of our favorite co-writers. And we kind of feel like he helped us create our sound. So it's really special that we have a song coming out with him.
Yeah, very good song getting out there across all those digital streaming platforms. New Kind of Emotion from Runaway June. Let's talk about this, Natalie, too, because I love this gentleman for a long time. He's one half of that famous group out there, Christian Bush. He got a chance to produce this particular track, too. Multi-platinum selling, 2-time Grammy Award winner. He's done it all. And, of course, one half of the duo Sugarland. How exciting was that?
It was so exciting. I couldn't wait for all three of us to get to work with him. I had worked with him a bit before I joined Runaway June. And so I was like chomping at the bit to get to work with him in this process. And he is one of the most creative people I've ever worked with. I mean, just the way that his brain works, and he's so good at harmonies, and he's really big on the three of us singing everything together. So we didn't, there's all different approaches and all different styles, but I really had fun with us being in the studio together and singing the parts together. And so we could really blend with each other and, just listen to one another. And it's just, I mean, he definitely understands bands, not only Sugarland, but he's had a lot of different bands that he's been a part of. And so it's cool to get to work with someone who doesn't just understand the music, but understands the dynamic as well. So he was just a joy. Also, he's one of the most fun people in the world to be around. He just exudes joy.
No doubt. I tell you, it's time for us to exude joy here on the Backstage Pass and play this one here. It's called New Kind of Emotion from Runaway June here. Crank it up on WSM AM 650, the home of the Grand Ole Opry, back in a flash.
River rolling, open road. Don't know where we're going, but I like it when we go. Up all night on
Hey y'all, this is Nashville recording artist Avery Anna, and you're listening to the Backstage Pass on the home of the Opry, AM 650 WSM.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Alan Price as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com each and every Sunday morning from 5:30 to 6 a.m. on your home for the Grand Ole Opry, AM 650 WSM.
The Caden Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecadengordonshow.com. Again, that is thecadengordonshow.com.
And back here on WSM, the home of the Grand Ole Opry, too. You just heard it there. It's across all those digital streaming platforms. New Kind of Emotion came out there October 4th, and you guys are lucky to have just one of the greatest groups out there rising to. Runaway June back with Jennifer, Stevie, and Natalie here on the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com, and, of course, out there on iHeartRadio. If you ever miss an episode there on a Sunday morning, because I do know we actually record early and put the shows out, so not everybody's up at 5:30 a.m., but there are other ways to listen out there, too. Of course, WSMRadio.com and the WSM Radio app, and, of course, out there on iHeartRadio, too. Let's talk about this one. I loved it, Jennifer, the Smoke, Wine, and Whiskey. We're going to play a song from it here in just a little bit on the show, but, man, make me want to smoke. It just really did well for you guys. Over 3 million streams out there, too, for this one, and just what a great EP.
That song was so much fun. It was actually one that we didn't write together, and all three of us had the same reaction when we heard it. Jason Sellers is a great songwriter, and Ella Langley, who's a great artist and songwriter, wrote it. And so we heard it and we were like, wow, that is so cool. We want to record it. And that, I feel like, kind of is very rare because we usually write our own songs. So for us to all three love a song as soon as we hear it meant it was special.
No doubt. And Stevie, I think that's another one that just really did well for radio. And of course the streams out there, we mentioned that, but just what a great, another rendition that you guys have, working with some great people, Stevie. And at the same time, what a great song to put out to radio and just for the fans to have fun with.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And it's even more fun when you play it live. We've played it for the past year, and just to see the energy, it's a new energy with Runaway June. So to see that and see how the audience responds to it is fun. And then it gives us a chance to kind of rock out and, you know, play some guitar solos and fiddle solos and just move a little bit. So it's a rocker, but we really love it. And we love how people responded to it as well live.
You mentioned those producers and those sound engineers, but also too, to have lyrics on, you know, a piece of paper and then kind of get in studio and put your vocals to it. But at the same time, working, you mentioned, with teaming with Nashville professionals, musicians, people that do this for a living, with sound engineers. And just like you said, you see this song come to life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but it was so cool being in the studio with that one because, like you said, it does. I mean, you hear a demo of a song like that, especially when you don't write it, and you hear it and you're like, you imagine it in your brain and you're like, okay, this is going to be so cool. And you don't really know until you start putting all those instruments together and laying them down. And when you hear the final product, for me personally, if I hear a song like Make Me Want to Smoke, when it gets done, I just can't wait to get on stage and play it. And I have to brag on Stevie on that one too, because she's got that electric guitar and it just brings a little stank to that song. It's so fun out there playing and ripping those guitar solos. And we get to play those solos together too, with like the fiddle and the guitar going back and forth. And it's just so fun.
And Jennifer, that's the cool thing is you guys have just some great songs out there too, even taking us back. The Blue Roses album, which was 2019 too, but even before that, Buy My Own Drinks. How much fun was it to just, looking back at this group, you three coming together, gelling at the right time. But Buy My Own Drinks was one of those songs that really put you guys out there even more on the map too.
Yeah, Buy My Own Drinks was our biggest song, and it went gold. But the funniest thing is it didn't go gold until Stevie joined the band. And so I feel like it was like Stevie and Natalie and I started playing that a little bit differently than we actually recorded it. And it's kind of become our own version. And so it went gold with this band, which was really fun. And it's a really fun song to play in the set. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. And it's just a fun song. Except we don't want to
like?
buy our own drinks. We can, but we don't want to.
You don't want to, no doubt you can. I love the attention too, because I love being a member of the Country Music Association. And Stevie, congratulations for you guys on those CMT awards for that Breakthrough Video of the Year in 2019. And of course, the new vocal duo group of the year for that Academy of Country Music Awards in the same year in 2019. What's that felt like? And is it kind of getting that momentum? Because, you know, one thing amongst the peers and everybody in country music to be nominated, Stevie, but at the same time to get that type of recognition from, you know, the publications and the media, and of course the great organizations such as the Academy of Country Music Awards and of course the CMT Awards. What's that been like for you guys?
Oh, it's just been incredible. And every video they hear all the albums, and so to even be considered for awards and things like that means the world, and it just kind of validates what we've been doing. And you know, at the end of the day, we're making music for us and our fans and what people want to hear and what will speak to people, but just to be acknowledged and recognized is huge for us.
And I know those tours, Natalie, have been exciting too. From I remember the Cry Pretty Tour 2019 with the great Carrie Underwood, and of course recently there with Luke Bryan, which I believe that was the Proud to Be Right Here tour for you guys too, to go out there. And that's the cool thing. I have never seen you guys live. I've always wanted to get out there just as a fan of country music and see that and just really electrify the stage. What was that like with those two big tours and those two big names that you guys opening and supporting those acts?
It is the most fun. I mean, and also you talk about people like Carrie Underwood and Luke Bryan. They are both such incredible human beings. Not only are they amazing artists, but their entire tour camps, they take such good care of everyone else in the camp. And that makes a really big difference, because sometimes the openers are kind of a second thought as far as for the main act. But in both of those worlds, they really take care of their openers and they give us a lot of time. I mean, on the Luke Bryan tour, we got a sound check every single show, and that is not a common thing. And so we were able to really take care and be ready for our set to make sure that we put on the best show that we can. And night after night, it was just these packed outdoor venues for Luke Bryan. I mean, they were packed with people even during our set, and we were the first ones to play, and we had people singing back to us, and it's a lot of energy, and it's really fast too, because it's like a 30-minute set, and we go out there, we lay it out on the table, and we're just exhausted afterwards. But then the rest of the night we get to hang out and watch Luke Bryan play a show. So it's
that's the cool thing, is, like I said, you guys doing your thing and then watching the headliners do their thing. You know, I've got to mention this, and I want each of your opinions. And Jennifer, I'm going to come to you on this one too, and we'll just go around the horn here too. But the first female trio since the Chicks, I cannot believe this, to break the top 5 on the U.S. media-based country chart. Now, just saying that is amazing, and congratulations to you guys for breaking that barrier there too at the same time, because, of course, the Chicks were synonymous with all those great 90s hits. As far as meaning for that and what it means to you, Jennifer, and just the entire group, I wanted to get your take on that.
Oh, I mean, I just think it's the coolest thing ever, but also sad at the same time, because we grew up loving Dixie Chicks and loving hearing 3-part female harmony. And so the fact that there's been such a gap between them and us is really sad. But the cool part is that we love the Chicks so much for their idols. So to even be like in the same sentence as them is pretty cool. And we hope that we're opening the door for future trios to come on through the door. The Costellos are awesome. They're 3 sisters. I believe they're sisters, but I've been seeing them post a lot. They just signed a record deal. And so it's really exciting that there's more 3 female trios, because I feel like there's just been such a huge gap, and we love hearing that 3-part harmony.
No doubt. Stevie, how do you feel about that?
Absolutely. Everything Jen just said, I would agree with. Like, we grew up listening to the Chicks, and I can recite those albums from top to bottom, and just to be even associated or compared with them is huge. And it is also very sad that, you know, there hasn't been a trio since then to break the top 5. But I will say it does feel like times are changing, and just to be a part of that movement in a small way is huge too.
A tremendous honor. I'm sure you could agree with your bandmate.
Oh, absolutely. It is definitely a tremendous honor. It's about dang time that there's another trio out there breaking the top 5. And something else that just, it makes me feel so honored to be in that ever in the same sentence as the Chicks. Is not even just the songs and the vocal harmonies, but they are also known as incredible musicians. They can all play so many different instruments, and that's something that is important to the three of us too. And we like to trade off instruments and bring a lot of different textures and sounds into the band. And so it's really cool because that's one of the things that I grew up admiring about the Chicks. And then now I'm in a situation with two other amazing women that can play and sing their faces off. And so we get to really honor that and, keep playing music together.
That's the beautiful part there too. And of course we get a chance to play another one off that record. Smoke, Wine, and Whiskey came out January this year, 2024. And I think we all want to kind of be that way as adults, but I like to call it Fine Wine. You guys ready for this one?
We're ready.
Oh yeah.
To get over and sober, but I didn't get very far. So I'm gonna pour me some closure. They say a glass a day is good for the heart. So fine wine, I'm giving in to you tonight. Fine wine, I don't care if you're red or white. You're rushing to my head. Lay with me in bed, make me forget that he ain't mine until I'm feeling fine wine. Now if I get to the end of this bottle, then maybe I won't feel so crazy. Either way, I'm drowning my sorrows, and if this is gonna age me, then it might as well age me like a fine wine. I'm giving in to you tonight. Fine wine, I don't care if you're red or white. You're rushing to my head. Lay with me in bed, make me forget that he ain't mine until I'm feeling fine wine. Play that fiddle, girl. Heartaches suck, ooh, headaches suck too. Getting over here means getting more of you. So fine wine, I'm giving in to you tonight. Fine wine, I don't care if you're red or white. You're rushing to my head. Lay with me in bed, make me forget that he ain't mine until I'm feeling fine wine. I'm giving in to you tonight. Fine wine, I don't care if you're red or white. You're rushing to my head. Lay with me in bed, make me forget that he ain't mine until I'm feeling what? Fine wine.
Hey, y'all, this is your buddy John Rich, Nashville recording artist, and you're listening to Brandon and Alan on the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com on the home of the Opry, AM 650 WSM.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country. The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Alan Price as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com each and every Sunday morning from 5:30 to 6 a.m. on your home for the Grand Ole Opry, AM 650 WSM. And back here on that very station, happy Sunday morning again, too. And, of course, the new single out from Runaway June. Make sure you guys go download across all those digital streaming platforms, pre-save everything, and just go get it. Tell them Brandon said to. New Kind of Emotion out there, too, across all those digital streaming platforms. We know our music here on the Backstage Pass. That's why we only put on the best of the best here. Jennifer, Stevie, and Natalie here. Runaway June joining us here. All right, we got to break it down here, and I'll start right there. Jennifer, Fine Wine. At first, I just love the title, and second of all, the arrangement was fantastic.
Yeah, Fine Wine is one of our favorite songs. And we wrote it, I was actually probably 7 or 8 months pregnant when we wrote it. So I was dreaming about wine. I was like on the countdown. But that one is also a song that we wrote with Paul Sykes, who we wrote New Kind of Emotion with. And that's just so much fun to play live. And Stevie and Natalie do fiddle solos and harmonica solos on that song. And so it's another really fun one, just like Buy My Own Drinks, to play live.
No doubt, Stevie. Give me a take on that one, too, because, again, the harmonies on point and everything with the arrangement of that song, man, just really speaks to country music.
Yeah, so that song was actually one of the very first songs the three of us ladies wrote together when I joined the band a couple of years ago. And it was one of those moments we wrote, and we were also like, okay, this could work. This is a thing that could happen. And so Paul Sykes, again, I remember coming in the room that day, and he had part of that chorus. And it was just like so dang catchy. And we were like, we're writing that. So it's really cool. It's fun to play live. And it's, it's catchy too. So we haven't gotten sick of it yet. I don't know if we ever will, but it's fun.
Got it all covered there. All the ingredients right there too for that smoke, wine, and whiskey.
That's right.
Across all the digital platforms, New Kind of Emotion, the latest single out there too. All right, we'll finish with this one, too, because I'd love to have you guys back as new projects, come out and we get into 2025. Of course, New Kind of Emotion out there across all those digital streaming platforms now, the brand new song from Runaway June. But we'll do this one as far as hobbies go, and I'll start with you, Stevie, on this one. When not doing music, what are some of those hobbies you like to kind of connect with to kind of escape from music?
This is an interesting question because every time I get asked, my first thought is either I try to learn new instruments, so it's affiliated with music, or I'm hanging out with my cats. But I have such a huge passion and heart for animals and wanting to work with them. And I also love being active. So I love playing tennis and working out and running, and all of the things. But most of my time is kind of consumed by music. Even though it is a job, it's still a love and a passion of mine I've had since I was a little girl. So that's usually what I'm doing.
All right, Natalie, give me some hobbies there when not doing music.
I know. I feel like Stevie. It's like I always feel like I need to be practicing and learning new things here at home. And I've been working on banjo stuff lately. And but I also like to stay active. I've gotten back into running lately, which Jen has inspired me with that because I used to run a lot, and then I kind of took a break and was more of a walker. But I've been running and doing a lot of hot yoga lately. And then, of course, I've been doing a lot of hosting. So I'm always working on that brain power, trying to memorize all these lines and get good at doing what you're doing right now and try to be on the other side of interviews and think of the questions that I want to be asking other people and what I want to know about artists.
Well, I tell you what, it's a lot of research, a lot of homework, no doubt, of those questions to be able to ask those artists. People don't realize how much prep goes into shows like this, too. Jennifer, we'll finish with that one. Hobbies away from music.
I'm actually about to do one. Golf is like one of my favorite things in the world. And we're playing a show in Chicago here, and it's for golf. I guess a golf club that we're playing a show tomorrow night. So they're having me play golf, and I'm running out to meet them right now.
Well, I tell you what, run out there, have a good time. Love golf. I love that too. Fitness and all that good stuff. And I always love the Grand Ole Opry, and good to be a part of that too. New Kind of Emotion is out there across all those digital streaming platforms. It is the award nominated too. And of course, you're not done hearing from this group, one of the most exciting acts in country music, to go catch them. Runaway June here, New Kind of Emotion across all those digital streaming platforms. Appreciate you three ladies joining us here on the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Hope you had fun.
Thank you. You're the best. That was awesome. Thank you.
We're back next week. We're going to run away to the following Sunday here on the Backstage Pass. Have another great show coming up over the next few weeks. Be sure and stay tuned every Sunday morning, 5:30 to 6 a.m. on the home of the Grand Ole Opry, AM 650 WSM, and on iHeartRadio out there too. Until then, take care and God bless.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Mary Sarah. I am a Nashville recording artist, and you are listening to Brandon on the Backstage Pass on the home of the Grand Ole Opry, WSM.